This conference will now be recorded.
Okay, so CSS stands for Cascading Style Sheet. Cascading Style Sheets. CSS basically using for make decoration to styles. Make decorations or styles to web page. CSS is not programming language. And CSS is simple syntax. Simple syntax. Without CSS, HTML web page ugly. Okay, so then we have to integrate CSS to the HTML. How to integrate CSS to HTML? So there are multiple ways to integrate CSS to HTML. The first way is inline CSS. Second way is internal CSS. Third way is external CSS. So what is about inline CSS? Inline CSS basically element specific CSS. Element specific CSS means element by element we need to add CSS. Element by element we need to add CSS. So for example, this is the h1 and we need to write an attribute called style and h1 content, h1 close. This is h1. So like this way I want to have multiple tags, but with each and every tag I need to give this particular style. This is h2, this is h3, this is h2, this is h3. For n number of elements, style tag is compulsory, style attribute is compulsory. That is what actually inline CSS. For example, if I am going to be having 1000 elements in my web page, 1000 times I need to write CSS. 1000 times I need to integrate CSS. So the injection is very simple. CSS is going to be injecting every time for each and every element. Can you see this? So that is what actually element specific CSS. Element specific CSS. For each and every element we are integrating CSS. So this is taking a lot of time to you. Why? Because every time we are integrating CSS for elements, it means taking time, and this is not a right good way. Next, then what about second kind of CSS called internal CSS? Internal CSS is basically page specific CSS. Page specific CSS. Page by page, we need to add CSS. Page by page we need to add CSS. It means what? For example, if I'm having n number of pages, if I'm having the first page called file.html, if I'm having a second page called second.html, for these two pages separately I need to integrate CSS using with the style tag open, style tag close. Style tag open, style tag close. For each and every page I want to integrate the CSS within the CSS code inside. So this is the style tag open, style tag close. The same way here also style tag open, style tag close. For each and every web page, we need to write a style tag. So whatever the style tag we are writing, that is called internal CSS. This is internal CSS. And again, this is internal CSS. For example, in my application, I'll be having 100 pages. 100 times I need to write CSS. Previous one is element specific CSS. It means in one web page, you are going to be having 1000 elements, 1000 times you need to write CSS. So this is web application, for example. I'm going to be drawing like this. This is a web application. In this web application, you'll be having multiple pages. In this web application, you'll be having multiple pages. For each and every page, I'm going to be writing the CSS. This is called internal CSS. This is called internal CSS. For example, in my web page, I'm going to be having multiple elements. Multiple elements. For example, I'm having 2 elements here. For 2 elements, we are writing CSS. That is called inline CSS. This is inline. This is inline. This is internal. Internal is completely page related CSS. Inline is only element specific CSS. Try to understand. So I'll take one good example on this. For example, if there is one college, treat a college as an application. One example I will tell. Suppose there is one college. There is one college. College is one application, web application. In college, there are multiple branches. Suppose UP is there, and EEE is there, and CSE is there. Okay, so these are the multiple branches which are going to be available in the college. College treat as an application, and branch you treat as a page, web page. And in ECE, there are 60 persons or 60 students are available. In EEE, there are 120 people are available. In CSE, there are 300 people are available. So try to understand. College is in a web application, and branches are going to be our web pages, and these students are going to be elements. For each and every student, we are giving CSS. 60 times I need to write CSS. For each and every student, we need to apply CSS. That is called element specific CSS, inline CSS. For each and every branch, we are applying CSS. For each and every branch, we are applying CSS. Then 3 branches are there. For 3 times, I need to give the CSS. That is called internal CSS. Inline is different, internal is different. Inline is element specific, internal is page specific. External CSS is throughout college one CSS is going to be giving. Throughout college one CSS is going to be giving. That is called external CSS. So just try to remember with this kind of real-time example. There is one college. There are multiple branches in the college. For each and every branch, there are multiple students available. For each and every student, we are giving CSS, that is inline. For each and every branch, we are giving CSS, that is internal. Throughout college, we are going to be giving CSS, that is the external. Okay, so then this is what actually internal CSS writing process. This is the inline CSS writing process. Inline CSS, we are going to be writing style attributes. Internal CSS, we are writing style tags, not attributes. Tag 1, tag 2. So this is the tag open, tag close, tag open, tag close. And let me go with the external CSS, one more third one, external. You want to add external CSS will be. So there are multiple pages, file.html, and one more thing is file.html. There are 2 kind of files. File1.html, file2.html. So what I want to do is I just want to give the I just want to give the CSS file separately, file.css. This time .css. In file.css, I'm going to be writing the all CSS code. And this file.css need to be integrated to the file.html and file2.html. How to integrate it? You need to integrate with the link tag. Link relevant is equal to style sheet. Link relevant is equal to style sheet. Then href is equal to file.css. And this is self-closure tag. The same link we need to provide into the second HTML also. In first HTML we are providing, in second HTML also we are providing. So that is what actually the thing is. Inline CSS, internal CSS, external CSS.
This conference will now be recorded.
Okay, so let me save the notes on this. So let me take a new program, and this will be the inline CSS. Inline CSS.html. And the first one I'm taking h1 tag. And this will be something like web development. I'm going to be having number of elements. This is h2. And okay, for each and every element I want to apply the styles. This style is color red, and here space attribute style color green, and here style color orange. So the first one is red, second one is green, third one in orange. Let's see. So the first element in the red color, second element in the green color, third element in the orange color. This is what actually called element specific CSS. For each and every element I need to write the CSS. This is taking a lot of time, and this is giving irritating to the developers. Why? Because of number of times I need to write a style attribute means it will take a lot of time. This is a waste of the use. But there is a one more concept called internal CSS. Internal CSS. This will be very, very simple. So for example, if I'm having multiple h1s like a full stack. Okay, if I'm having three elements like this. So for three elements at the same time, I can apply the style sheet. H1 access, and we need to write a selector. This is called actually selector. This is actually called selector. Selector nothing but selecting something, selecting some elements from HTML to CSS. So I got H1 now. I got H1 now. For H1, I want to apply the color. So open curly braces, closing curly braces required for the selectors. Color red, text align center. It's all enough. Okay, right click on this, open in default browser. So we will be having three H1s aligned center. Three H1s aligned center and color also applied. At the same time, for three elements, we are writing the style. Common style sheet. Common style sheet we are giving. So the common style sheet we are going to be applying. And three elements, we got a common style sheet. Three elements background colors, three elements colors, three elements text aligns, text alignment center. So this is what actually the internal CSS. Internal CSS is page specific. Suppose if I am having H2, H2 separate CSS we need to write. Call H2 now. Call H2 and H2 color is green. Okay, now H2 is different now. H2 text element center and H2 background color is different. See, based on that, based on the requirement, we can go, and the color will be white. Now all H2s different kind of style, all H1s different kind of style. Only one H2 we have. For example, if I want to take a multiple H2s, if I want to take a multiple H2s, obviously all the H2s are taking the same color. Common style I am applying for the common elements. Common style we are applying for the common elements. This is what actually internal style. This is completely internal style. Internal style matlab this is a page related CSS. Page related CSS. Last one is element related CSS. Element related, element specific CSS. Each and every element we are writing. Injection is for element. Here the injection is for the page. We are injecting CSS anyway, but injection for the element there one. And here injection for the page. And the one more is external CSS. Taking new, save it as external CSS.html. External CSS.html. So for external CSS.html, I want to write multiple tags again, same concept. H1 full stack. Same like this, I will take multiple elements. So these are the multiple elements I want to have. But for all these elements, what I want to do is let me have all the elements here. So for all these elements, what I am doing is I am not writing any style sheet for the element level. I am not writing any style for the page level. I will write a style from external CSS. External CSS, I want to create a new file. That file should be something like file.css. CSS extension compulsory. .css compulsory. So in .css, what I want to do is I will write again selectors. Whatever the selectors we have, those selectors we are giving here. And we need to access this CSS file into the HTML file. I want to access it. How to access? Just try to write a link tag. Link relevant is equal to style sheet. Then href. And this one is file.css. Access it. Whatever the file you are going to be writing, that file we are going to be accessing to the link. So finally, end of the day, the output is same. So this is output same, internal CSS output same, external CSS output same. So the way of writing CSS is very, very simple.
This conference will now be recorded.
Let me give you one simple diagrammatic representation of inline CSS, internal CSS, and external CSS. This is inline CSS, and this is internal CSS, and this is external CSS, and this is inline CSS. This is internal CSS. And this is external CSS. External CSS. Okay, for inline CSS, element by element, we are going to be adding CSS. For example, if I'm going to be having multiple elements here, for each and every element, we are going to be integrating the CSS. This is called inline CSS. Internal CSS, we are going to be having some style tag over there inside a page, and using style tag, I'm going to be writing all the CSS. Style open and style close. and inside this we will be having something like selectors. There are multiple selectors we are integrating. This is internal CSS. External CSS nothing but you'll be having lot of elements inside. But all these elements we are going to be writing the CSS separately. So that CSS file will be separate file, and this file is going to be integrating to the HTML using with the link tag. Okay, so this is what actually a diagrammatic representation of inline CSS, internal CSS, external CSS.